Okay, we have a rectangular enclosure, so I'm going to draw that first. And it said it wants to double the area, so we're going to keep that in mind. If the area is length times width, right now we have 18 times 35. And the new area should be double, so 2 times as big. We're going to write and solve an equation. I'm going to get a different color. Here we go. They're going to do this by adding the same distance x to the length and the width. So 35 is across the bottom. I'm going to add x. And 18 is here. I'm going to add x. And this would be that new piece. So we're going to write and solve an equation, and we want to decide what the new dimensions of the enclosure are. So I know in class a lot of us went with the total, and I'm going to do that also. So we're going to use this new because that would represent everything there. So the 1260 is the area of everything that I've pictured there. So the side here is x plus 35, right? Whatever x was, that's how much they extended it. And then on the side here, it was 18, and they also added x there. So length times width, I'm going to put x plus 35 times 18 plus x. And if it bothers you that I have the x first in the first set parentheses and the second in the second set, you can mix that around. But I'm going to go with it. We're going to distribute. And then I will move this over because we want everything on one side. And let's put the x squared first. Then we have our 18 and our 35. So that'll make 53x. And then 630 minus 1,260 would be negative 630. So there's our equation. Now I'm going to use the quadratic formula. So a is 1, b is 53, c is negative 630. I have my negative b plus or minus my square root. I need b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. You're going to plug the discriminant into your calculator. So all of this should go in your calculator. And then I typed the square root of 5,329. You want to make sure you don't do that at the beginning, because if this discriminant was a negative, then that would cause an imaginary number, and your calculator would just say an error. So that's why we're typing it once and then again. And that should have given us 73 for the square root. And this represents our two equations. So we have negative 53 plus 73 over 2. And negative 53 minus 73 over 2. And since we're talking about extending and we're talking about length, it has to be the positive. So x is 10. And then it wants the dimensions of the new piece. Squeeze that in here. So if we go back to our equation, if x is 10, 10 plus 35 means that one side is 45. And if we plug the 10 in here for x, 18 plus 10 gives us 28. And They were in feet, so I'm gonna put feet.